Lisa Montes, board member of Latino Literacy Now. Here today, we're at the International Latino Book Awards at Los Angeles City College in Los Angeles, California. I have an award-winning author, and his name is Enrique Parrilla. And we're going to talk a little bit about his award-winning book today. He wrote The Little Migrant. Enrique, welcome to today's awards. Congratulations. I had a chance to look at your book, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to ask you, what inspired you to write this book?
I was watching the news. I was watching the news a few about 8 or 9 months ago when the whole story about children's family separation at the border became something that was in the news. And I remember I was in the living room with my family, and there was this voice in the background of a little girl crying, asking for her, for somebody to call her aunt, so that she could come and just pick her up before dinner. And they were telling the story about all these children that were being separated, and this really affected me. I mean, and my own children were asking me about this, and I found myself having a hard time explaining to them what was going on. So the idea of taking a story, trying to imagine the story of this little 6-year-old and how she came to this country and what she went through, that I tried to put that in a story. And I just remember thinking of my own children and how when they were 6 or 7 or 8 years old, they would do whatever we told them to do. They go whatever we say. And I was just thinking of how exposed they are to the elements, to being in a situation where through no fault of their own, they found themselves in pretty much a little jail. So we tried to just put together a story. I tried to break it down and to show that there is hope, that just like there's people that will put them in bad situations, there's also people that are willing to help them, and how there's always a way out. There's hope, and this is a place where people can come, and no matter how hard their situations can be, they can still find a way out to have a good life.
I know you have, you were telling me before the interview, you have 2 daughters.
A daughter and a son.
A daughter and a son, okay, that you're very proud of. That's wonderful, that's wonderful. Thank you for writing this book. On behalf of parents and to be able to tell the story, so that, because our children, they need to tell the story of a child and a child's perspective and what it feels like. It's a great book to be able to, for a parent to read to a child, just to explain to them some of the things that it's, to be safe and whatnot. So it's a wonderful book. Is this the first book you've ever written?
It is the first. I'm a publisher, so I have worked with lots of books, and I have worked with lots of authors, and we put together collections and designed products. But this was the first time that the seed of an idea was planted, and I took it from that just thought to its final product. So it's been the first time that I took my own ideas and just made them into a book.
Wonderful. Was it difficult to write this book?
It was difficult. One of the things that you learn as a publisher, it's interesting because in this case I was playing with advantage. When you work with authors, you see that the hardest thing for an author is to be able to detach themselves from the work and to be able to look at them with objectivity and to think, okay, can this thing be better? Can it be improved? Does it need something? Is there something that should not be there? So I did not want to make that mistake. So I asked one of our editors, Pepe Iglesias, to help me with just to put together the product. We found a great illustrator, and one of the best things to do was to just tell him the idea of what the illustrations were, and to be very careful not to direct him too much. The creative process is something that is very, very peculiar to each person. So rather than saying I need a scene that shows this, I need a scene that shows that, I just told him, here are the basic ideas that I want to transmit. Here's the story, here's the script, but then here are the ideas, and see what you can do. And he came with some scenes, some ways to show the story, some ways to tell the story that I could have never come on my own. So it was very gratifying. It was very rewarding to have other creative people participate and to give them the creative freedom to just let them come with ideas. There's a scene where the little girl is in is in a cell by herself. And I was trying to explain, look, it's a cold place. It's just it's a place. It's aseptic. There's lots of lights. And he came with the drawings and the reflections on the ground to show that it's just a cold, just a concrete, a cold environment.
Right.
And that coming from the place where she was playing, it was a big contrast. So it was. We went back and forth. It took us 6 or 7 months working in, okay, let's look at the story again. Let us sit for a few weeks. Let's look at it again. And we polish and polish and polish. I had a teacher, a literature professor, that told me writing is rewriting. So we did a lot of rewriting.
Yes, of course.
Until we came with what we thought is like, okay, this is our baby. It's finished. It's a good book. We're going to stop here.
Well, congratulations on this beautiful piece. How do we get this? How does the public get? How can they purchase this book?
Well, they can purchase it through any of your standard book retailers right now. Of course, for the general public, the easiest thing is just going to be to go to Amazon. For libraries and independent booksellers, our distributor is Lectorum in the U.S.
Okay. Wonderful. So this is The Migrant, the Little Migrant, by Enrique Parrilla, and this is Enrique Parrilla. Again, my name is Lisa Montes from the International Latino Book Awards, and we're signing out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.